top 3 factors one should focus on while preparing for ERAS CV?
Very good question, because again, I would say it goes very much hand on hand with any other CV that you write. Never make grammatical mistakes on your CV. Someone trained in India, where we mostly use British English, versus someone who transitioned and did a graduate program here in US, where they use US English. I would admit very proudly that I have made a lot of mistakes in my grammar and a lot of mistakes in my spellings, which I always felt like, oh, in India, we would always write this word as this, or spell this word with these letters. But then there's a difference between British English and US English in writing. So knowing that is really important to even write your ERAS CV, because people who are reading your ERAS CV are going to compare it with people who are trained in US, know US English, and writing those in US English. So that's why we always say, like, it's always helpful for someone who is a resident, someone who is on the other side of the game, review your CV and provide you feedback on that, because they can tell you, like, they can pinpoint those things, because they will learn those once they are here in the system. Like, very simple. In India, we used to spell learned as Learnt, T for Tom. And because that's based on the British English. Once I moved here, I learned that it's not learned, it's learned, Learned, because there's a difference between how those third person words are being spelled in British English versus US English. So knowing about your readers, knowing about what their expectations are in journal in terms of English, grammatical errors, we want to try to avoid those as the top priority. If I have a very strong CV, but there are a lot of grammatic mistakes on it, I'll be like, I don't know if this person put in enough time to even review their CV, which should be something very important for them. If they are having so many grammatic mistakes or spelling mistakes on their CV. Versus someone who probably wrote like a very simple ERAS CV, very to the point, probably not elaborated a lot on their experiences, but is spot on, does not have any grammatic errors, is very organized. I would feel like this person has put in enough time to write down their CV and might be a good person to talk to. So make sure, and understanding your reader. A lot of program directors, program coordinators, residents, although less likely involved in the initial screenings, they read thousands of applications every year. So if you are mentioning anything which is going to sound fake to them, they will know it. So never lie on your CV would be my second factor. Never ever lie on your CV. Never ever try to copy someone else's experiences onto your CV. They will know it. They are experienced people. They have been reading how people express themselves on their CVs. So make sure you are true to yourself, you are true to your experiences. And the third one would be, again, kind of similar to the previous question, know yourself well. If you know yourself, you will make sure you are making best out of those 10 experiences that you get opportunity to express on your ERAS CV. If you know yourself well, only then you can express it or show it to the other person. If you have doubt about anything, you cannot write it down in paper, because you need to also understand that it's easier to express yourself in person compared to writing one so that they can understand you on papers, right? So those would be my top 3 factors: making sure no grammatic errors, no spelling mistakes. Second, choosing your top 10s very wisely, and then never lie on your CVs.